I think he's in shape for it now. Everything happens for a reason. I'm glad he chose this season to get in shape. Because he's probably gonna get probably about 350 touches, especially if Dak goes down. So we're gonna need Zeke at that 4 yards a carry mark instead of that 2.8 and 3 yards a carry mark. And we definitely gonna need another quarterback. I haven't saw anything from other quarterbacks I don't even know why they kept these guys on the roster. I don't know why we keep these guys on the roster, and then we go out and get another backup quarterback every year. Mm-hmm. But we still keep these guys we keep them on the practice squad because these guys are not playing quarterback. We need a true backup quarterback because Dak is not going to make it.
So if, like Carson Wentz got hurt with the Colts,
yeah,
and they contemplated on bringing Phillip Rivers out of retirement. Mm-hmm. So if the Cowboys don't trust their backups, if you go to try to get a Nick Foles, Trubisky, or somebody like that's backup for another team that can that still knows how to be a star quarterback, come in and play right now.
Yeah, I would definitely go after somebody like Nick Foles. The Cowboys set up perfectly for somebody like him. A game manager who can. That's all he has to do is manage a game. He got those weapons out there, and he got Ezekiel Elliott. Offensive line is healthy. He doesn't have to be a superstar. He just has to be able to manage the game. Mm-hmm. And somebody like Nick Foles, don't give me Trubisky. We don't need him. But Nick Foles, definitely. I think we could use somebody like him as backup quarterback. Definitely, that would make a difference. The Cowboys need to invest in somebody like a Nick Foles because, like I said again, Dak is not going to make it a full season. If he do, I'm going to be thankful. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to say thank you, Jesus. I'm going to moonwalk, do my church dance and everything. But if he gets hurt, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be like, oh man, Dak is hurt because I see it happening.
Okay. Now you mentioned Hard Knocks, and they just started filming for Hard Knocks. But some of the clips I've seen, did you see Mike McCarthy's speech that he made? I believe they was in the film room. They had the whole team in there, and I believe he called himself trying to motivate the team, and it really didn't look like the guys were motivated. So a lot of people are saying that this is why people believe that he couldn't get it done in Green Bay because he really coaching it's a whole lot more than just X's and O's.
Yeah.
It's about picking your guys up one by one and making them believe that they're better than they are, making them see their true potential. And I believe that's something that he lacks in. So do you think that, whether Dak is there or not, because Dak is a great leader, he's a mold of man, and he's really, he's very highly respected in the league and especially with the Cowboys. So do you think, if he goes down or even if he stays healthy, you think Mike McCarthy can gain the respect and pump this team up?
I'm not gonna say gain respect because then again on the Hard Knocks I was watching an interview again and they was talking to Dak Prescott about his body and about where did they see them winning and just the goals and stuff they have. And one of the things Dak Prescott that stood out to me that he said is I have to hold my teammates accountable and I have to hold myself accountable, I have to hold my teammates accountable, and I have to hold my coaches accountable. So when he said that, in that interview, McCartney kind of looked at him like, kind of gave him a little look. So I think he has a problem in the locker room as far as motivate. I think it's exactly what Aaron Rodgers said it was. Mm-hmm. Everybody thought Aaron Rodgers was just being a selfish guy and all this stuff. But this guy was saying something, and now the Cowboys are saying it. But as far as football IQ, I think he has what it takes to win, mm-hmm. and he's going to have to win to get respect. They're going to have to win McCartney's way to get respect from the team. Once they start winning his way, what he say do when they go out there and start winning a couple of games, he'll start to get the respect of the team. But if they go losing again, they gonna want him out of there. When your star QB said we gotta hold my coaches accountable, it's already some riff raff right there.
And the season ain't even got started yet.
Season ain't even got started. Played one preseason game and we put up 3 points in that game. with the quarterback that's supposed to be the backup quarterback. I don't know who the evaluator of talent is in Dallas offensively right now when it comes to quarterbacks, but we need help.
Need help. Well, it's not like last year where you just start the season from week one. You got 3 more preseason games, or 4, right?
Yeah.
4 more preseason games, so you got plenty of time to evaluate. And I know a lot of guys that we saw on TV the other night were not being uniform week one. but you still got time. But definitely, this team is not gonna reach their full potential if number 4 is not fully healthy.
That's one of the, it's always been with the Cowboys, man. It's like on Friday. You know, on Friday when Smokey said, y'all ain't never got 2 things to match. That's my Cowboys, man. We ain't never got 2 things to match. Kool-Aid, no sugar, ham, no burger. My Cowboys ain't never got 2 things to match. Our defense is finally getting together. Defense is finally getting together. That can't stay healthy. When Romo was there, Romo was playing lights out football. We didn't have a defense to tackle. Coronavirus must have been back then because everybody was social distancing when Romo was quarterback. Because nobody was tackling nobody. So we never got 2 things to match. And I don't know if we got a curse on us. I don't know. Jerry Jones sold his soul to the devil. Something doesn't happen because ever since those 90 Super Bowls, we can't get a complete team and stay healthy. When we do have a complete team, we can't stay healthy. We can't. So, yeah.
We're going to move on to the last topic. Since we still don't talk about football, we're going to talk about some positions, guys that I think are primed to have a great season. Top 5 receivers for the upcoming year, in your opinion.
When I go top 5, I'm going about, I'm not going to go with who's popular. I'm going with who's put up numbers, who produced, who did the dang thing. Right now, you got to go with number 1, Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, number 1.
So I got to go with him right now. His route running is, if you watched his route running last year, it was incredible. He was probably the best route runner in the NFL last year. He was getting double covered. They knew the ball was going to him. He still gave you 1,600. So I got to go with Steph Diggs. And they went and picked up, who they go and pick up? They went and picked up Emmanuel Sanders to open up the other side of the field. Cole Beasley get to move back to his natural position of the slot because they was without Emmanuel Sanders, they was moving Cole Beasley out of his position. So Cole Beasley being in the slot is going to get Stephon Diggs more opening. So just because of what he did last year and the opportunities that he's going to have this year with it, I think he can potentially add to that 1,600 yards. Plus his quarterback is going to
he just got paid.
So he's going to come in producing. Number 2, you can't D-Hop. D-Hop is the best. He number 2, man. He got the best hands in football. And then you gave him A.J. Green on the other side.
A.J. Green is old, Ronnie.
A.J. Green, but you don't need A.J. Green is old for number 1 receiver. Now you got A.J. Green saying you can be a number 1, you can be a number 2 receiver. So A.J. Green not going against the best DB on the field, going against the second and third best DB, it's still going to be an A.J. Green that can hit you for 700, 800 yards. Still dangerous. Still takes attention away from the defense. You know what I'm saying? So Hopkins has that, and he has a gunslinger quarterback. And Kyler Murray, who's getting older, getting wiser, and learning the game of football.
He Brett Favre made over.
Yeah, he is. He is. That boy, hey, he don't care 5, 6, 7 people there. If he see a little space, he gonna
let it go.
And then you can't leave my boy Devontae Adams out of that. Boy's just full all around wide receiver, man. He don't talk a lot. He just produce, man. And you put 2 guys over him, you can't guard him. He moves to the slot. He's one of those wide receivers. He can play every position. He go from X to Y to slot to Z. He can do it all. And so he's hard to guard. And now you got to determine Aaron Rodgers coming back this year too. So I see Devontae doing great things. Then you acquire Randall Cobb again, and y'all got a draft pick. So he got some help.
That's real.
In the receiving core, Randall Cobb in the slot.
Still got Lazard and Scantlin.
Yeah.
And Amari Rodgers from Clemson.
You know what I'm saying? So just that cohesion between Aaron Rodgers and Cobb right there, they're going to be on point. It's kind of like the Jason Witten and Tony Romo. You know, Jason Witten didn't have to be the best tight end in the NFL to be productive because they was on the same page, and that's where I see them going with that Randall Cobb and that Randall Cobb situation. So he's going to open up the defense big time for Devontae Adams. So he's going to ball out. And then my number 5. When Julio Jones isn't healthy, I got to go with Mike Evans. Mike Evans has been one of the most. He's had seven straight 1,000-yard seasons. He had no seasons under 8 touchdown receptions. So Mike Evans has a resume of being great, and we overlook him because he's not as flashy. You know, we overlook those big body receivers. People still overlook Devontae Adams, them big body possession ball control receivers. So when Julio Jones is healthy, I got to go with Julio at number 5. Julio was just a freak.
Mm-hmm.
But when Julio isn't healthy, I'm going Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is a great receiver, but as far as like, he's great because of his speed.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the best route runner.
Doesn't have the best hands.
He doesn't have the best hands. He dropped a lot of passes. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not like them guys, if I throw you 120 targets, you have 115 catches. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those guys, I throw you 120 targets, you're going to have 78 catches. So, yeah, that's what he's 78, 80 catches off 120 targets. So, but as far as, if we was talking about impact players, Tyreek Hill would be higher. But as far as overall wide receiver, he's not a better wide receiver than any of those guys, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I got.
Well, mine is similar, but I'm just like you. I'm not going by popularity or whatever. I'm going by production and what I think. So number one, I think it's between, for me, it's between Devontae and D-Hop, 1 and 2, because I think honestly I think Devontae Adams is the best route runner in the league. I think he has best release off the line, which makes him hard to guard. And then, like you said, he can play every position, and he's good at every position. But I think Hopkins is just a tad bit stronger than he is, and he has just a tad bit better hands than Adams does.
And more aggressive.
And he's more aggressive. He's the more complete wide receiver. I think he's the most complete wide receiver in the NFL. The only thing that's the only thing that separates Hopkins and Adams. And I mean, I thought Hopkins had, he played just as good this year as he did all the years for the Texans, where he didn't have no quarterback. He had Matt Schaub, Brian Hoyer, what's his name? Osweiler. He had all them guys, and he was still putting up the same numbers as he is now with a Kyler Murray. So I think the D-Hop is number one because he's the most complete receiver, and you can put him with any quarterback, and he'll still be the same guy. And you can't say that about everybody else.
True.
So I got him. True. I got him at number one. I got Devontae Adams at number 2.
Okay.
Because I think he's not as strong and he's not as big as Hopkins. Adams is he's 6'1", 215.
Yeah.
I think Hopkins is like maybe a 6'2", 220, 225. So he's just a tad bit taller, a tad bit bigger. Mm-hmm. And like I said, he's more aggressive. Yeah. But I think he's just right there behind Hopkins, and Adams has proven that he can play with anybody.
Oh, yeah.
And in the last couple of years, he's just been out of this world. He's just been balling out. So I think it's 1 and 2, Hopkins and Adams. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
And I think just like I said for Adams, I think Adams is just slightly better route running than Diggs, and I think he has slightly better hands than Diggs, and I think he's faster than Diggs.
Yeah, he may be faster, but not quicker.
But not quicker, but I think
more quick.
But I think faster, faster with the ball.
You're right.
Like I said, I still believe he's faster off the line than anybody. But I think faster with the ball. Once he gets the ball, I think he's hard to catch because he's elusive when he gets the ball. Yeah. So I think that. But Diggs, he had great years in Minnesota. You just never heard of him because they had Kirk Cousins and Sam Bradford and all them guys for years, so it was hard to hear from him. But this dude, balled out, and then he goes to Buffalo, and he had a great season last year. 1,600 yards last year, and I think he had like 8 or 9 or 10 touchdowns last year. And they went to they was toe to toe with the Chiefs in the AFC Championship games. I mean, and they're coming this year. They're right there with the Chiefs this year. So I mean, so I got Diggs in number 3. Number 4, I got Julio. I got Julio number 4 because, like I said, when he's healthy, when he's healthy, it's hard to say he's not the best. But he's gotten a little older now. He's lost a little step or two. Yeah. And Julio doesn't score touchdowns.
No.
He doesn't get in the end zone.
No.
That's the only thing about him. I mean, he's a freak of nature, just like Calvin Johnson was. Yeah. I mean, at that position, but he does not get in the end zone. No. Devontae Adams and Stephon Diggs has more career touchdowns than Julio Jones. And that's hard to believe, but they do. They know how to find the end zone. This guy, for some reason, can't get to the end zone, and maybe that has something to do with the quarterback that he had, Matty Ice. But this dude, for some reason, he can't find the end zone. I think he had 3 touchdowns last year. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the dude is great, but he's hard to get to the end zone. Yeah. And I mean, as a wide receiver, Hey, you got to score, man.
Definitely.
You got to score. I'm not saying when you catch the ball at 20, you got to take it 80 yards. But I mean, dang, if you're on the goal line, man, hey, I need you to punch it in or something like that. If you're at the 20, man, you can break the tackle, go into the end zone. So I mean, he's a complete wide receiver, but at this stage, he can't get in the end zone like his other guys can. So that's why I got him at number 4. And number 5, I got Mike Evans. I don't like Mike Evans. I don't like the team he plays for. I don't like it, and I don't like his quarterback either. But before Tom Brady got there, Mike Evans was doing the same thing he was doing last year, and he wasn't playing the full season either because he cannot stay healthy either, and he's still every year,
1,000-yard season.
Every year, not even playing the full season. Every year, he's been in the league. He had at least 1,000-yard season and at least 8 touchdowns. That's crazy. And Mike Evans is also a freak of nature. He's like 6'5", 225. 230?
They say 225.
225?
Mike about 245. Mike, I ain't gonna say thick, because Shannon Sharp said the only thing he call thick is wimp, but he say IG models. So I ain't gonna say thick. But Mike is big, man. He about 245.
He a big body guy.
They're lying on the numbers.
And I'm just gonna throw this out there. Everybody talk about how good Johnny Manziel was when he was in A&M. Listen, he was throwing the ball to.
Yeah.
Throwing the ball to Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd throw that out there. But anyway, Mike is a complete wide receiver too, but he just can't stay healthy.
True.
So I mean, if he was healthy, he might have 2,000 yards maybe.
Oh, yeah,
because I mean, the dude can play. He's a great wide receiver and a great asset to have for any quarterback. So especially when you put him with a guy like Brady, I mean, it's a dangerous combination. But that's my 5: D-Hop, Adams, Stiggs, Julio, and Mike.
So we almost agreed the whole time.
Well, I tried to make a disagreement on purpose, but I mean it didn't work out right. But that's what I had. That's what I had. But that's all we have for tonight. It was a great show. Thank my big fella for showing up tonight. Ronnie Williams. This is Devin Brooks, and this is Walking Down. See you, YouTube.